Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly focus, January the 28th, right up till February the 3rd, 2019. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards. The energy is intense, intense, intense. Look at this, the Nine of Swords. Oh, where are you beating yourself up? My goodness. Watch this week. My goodness, this is not the week to sit there and worry and fret or fear. Fill yourself with anxieties about what ifs and what could be. And yet the energy is kind of pulling you there. There's a lot of things to think about, and you are thinking very deeply about these things to the point where you're not getting enough sleep at night because you can't seem to turn off your mind. We have the sun right in the middle. You know, you really need to see this is the exact opposite. You need to see your light. You need to see uh, the, the path that you were creating just by being you, and raising your energy. This is about raising your energy this week. Absolutely. We have the Chariot right after the sun. Pull it back. Really think about it. What do you truly want in work and career, in love and relationships? Maybe health and well-being. Where do you want to go forward in your life? Where do you want to, and this is the moment where you pull back on those reins. You go, whoa, just a moment here. Where is my focus? Where does my focus need to be? Where are my strengths? Where can I capitalize on my strengths? We have the Wheel of Fortune. So when it comes to work and career, successes in your life, vocations, achievement, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is a good omen. The Wheel of Fortune says you are moving into better times. So expect the scenery to be changing when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career. Stop worrying about where it's going. Start getting excited about where it's going and think about where you want it to go. I mean, that's the Nine of Swords, the Sun, and the Chariot there. You're definitely going to be experiencing a new platform or a raised platform to what you already do, or where you want to put your energy, where you want to put your focus, where you want to put your time. When it comes to career, when it comes to the success that you want to gain, or it could be the recognition could come now. Somebody recognizes you for your strengths, for your abilities, and moves you into a place of higher stature in some regards, and in some regard. We have the Eight of Wands. This is asking you to be a little bit more broad-minded in your relationships. That new things may come into play. That kind of you thought you were in balance within the relationship, and all of a sudden, all this new stuff comes in, and you're like, "Wow, where are we going with this?" So there definitely needs to be communication. And I think at the end of it, because it is the Eight of Wands, that there is this empowerment to you. So it will bring in the balance, so long as you don't look away, so long as you just don't lay there at night thinking about, oh, well, what if I say this? And then what if they do that? And oh, where am I going to be then? So long as you don't get into those head games with yourself, or head games with another for that matter, and really stand true to yourself and your vision of your tomorrow in the relationships, I think you'll come out the other end very strengthened in your relationships, the relationships that matter. And we have the Three of Wands. So it is about making decisions. Now we have the Three of Wands and the Sun together. Let's look at that first. Three of Wands lays on the Sun. So the Sun is your light. It's because of what you are doing that you're actually manifesting these doors to open for you. So it is really a week where you have to stand very strong in who you are. Um, but I think that kind of comes with the Sun directly in the middle of this reading for you. that there is this strength, that you see your talents, you see your abilities, you see what your love perhaps that you give away so freely. Um, and seeing where you can expand your world. And there's some decisions that have to be made, and you need to pull it back. Just like with the chariot sitting right next to it, the Three of Wands, we sit there and we look out into our tomorrow. And we try to decide for ourselves where we want to go, what we want to do, and how it's all going to come together. And we need to look at it through different lenses, different angles, in order to really take in where we can actually take this energy. So don't limit yourself in some way. The Eight of Wands is asking you definitely not to limit yourself when it comes to relationships and partnerships. There is some worry and concern over relationships and partnerships though this week. So it could be a best friend, it could be somebody in the community, the workplace, it could be a lover, a soulmate, a child, a parent. The list goes on. It's the people you love. Remember, love and relationships, it's the love that you have for yourself and the relationship you have with yourself. And that's the basis, that's the foundation. Everything grows from that. So there's worry, there's concern, and 90% of what we worry about, 90% of those concerns that come in at 3 in the morning, just as we're starting to drift off, never materialize. So we have an 8 and a 9 there, which tells me that you are moving towards some kind of it could be a new relationship. Yes, it could be a new relationship. Although I think there might be some kind of roadblock or stumbling point within the relationship this week that you really need to walk through, talk through, communicate about, um, work on. Your relationship is going to take work this week. But if you put in the energy, I think you end up in a more balanced, stronger position, especially with the 8 being the card, because that is your empowerment. That is your inner warrior coming out to be, yes, I am strong. I am giving. I am loving. I am worthy. I am deserving. Wands, wands, and a sword. So it is about action this week. It's about really taking action in where you want to go. Maybe that is talking to certain people. Maybe that is really defining what you truly want in your life and what you don't want in your life. It's going deep within. We did start with the Nine of Swords, and it can sometimes cause us hurt and pain to know that we may need to step away from certain things in our life in order to make space for new things. Remember, we are in a full moon energy all of this week until Monday when we have the new moon in Aquarius. But until then, we are in full moon energy. So I would think it's more about the releasing, the letting go, thinking about where we truly want to put our energy going forward. For you, it's a little bit more intense with the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Swords there, and the Wheel of Fortune on the other side. And let's not forget the Sun and the Chariot showing up in our 3 main cards. Things are changing in your life. Platforms are changing, realities are changing, relationships are changing. Um, and yes, it's intense for you, and you are really making some strong decisions about what is the true path for you going forward. Where is your strength? There's a little bit of inner reflection, but I see the inner reflection turning very negative for you. So um, open up lines of communication. Have those talks if you must, in order to clarify, in order to move forward. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.